Yeah, as you can see, I'm breaking out pretty bad, which isn't usually the case. But lately, I've been breaking out heavy on my forehead and only on this side of my face. So, yeah, trying to figure that out. I just ordered some products from acne.com or acne.org, and we'll see how their regimen goes and how that helps my skin or hinders my skin. And if it really helps, I'm definitely going to make a video about that. Or if I figure something else out, I'm definitely going to make an updated skin routine. Morning, my face is going to get hella red from tweezing my eyebrows. If you ever wondered how I actually have my camera set up, it's complicated. I film in this full body mirror I have in the corner of my bedroom. And yeah, I'm over here and you guys are watching me in the mirror. The reason I do that is because there's a flip up screen that I can see if I'm in focus, but if I actually point it toward myself, I have to be further away from both the mirror and the camera, and I can't really see it. So yeah, just thought I'd share. Only because someone DM'd me on Instagram and asked me what my whole setup was. And this is the same setup that I used when I had my Nikon, except it didn't have a display, so I really never knew when I was in focus or not. It's also why I never did talk through videos with that, because the autofocus was so loud. I didn't want to buy an external mic, and I didn't like the idea of recording the audio with my phone or with another device and then having to sync it in Final Cut Pro. Like, that was too much work. So instead, waited until like Christmas, didn't ask for anything, and bought myself a nice little camera. It's the Sony a5000, and I actually really like it. It makes me feel so much more enthused and excited to make videos because it's so much less complicated setting up when I want to film. So yeah, back to tweezing my eyebrows. I actually shave the top part of my eyebrows. I don't like tweezing this because this area on my face is very prone to ingrown hairs. The bottom is just as prone, but I use a straight razor. I bought my boyfriend a straight razor, you know, like the shaving straight razors, for Valentine's Day because I know he'd really been wanting one. So I got him one, and eventually I'm gonna buy him like the whole old-fashioned kit on how you like shave and stuff. Really cute. Anyway, so I used that to clean up the top half of my brows, but I don't trust myself to try to do the bottom, so tweezing it is. I've definitely filmed like 4 or 5 videos this week, and I'm feeling really accomplished about it. The only thing is I need to feel like I can consistently film and edit videos and upload them. I feel so disappointed every time I go like really long periods of time without uploading a video, because it's because I'm just feeling so uninspired or so stressed out to the point where I feel like I can't make anything worth putting up. But sometimes it's just about setting aside time to be by yourself and just do what you like to do, regardless of how it comes out. It shouldn't have to be perfect for me to enjoy making it and sharing it and stuff like that. I've been so happy that so far during my senior year that I've met so many genuinely kind people at my school. Like, for the past 3 years, I've definitely kept to myself and met like 1 or 2 people along the way that I've built nice friendships with. But within the last 2 semesters, like this being my last semester of school, I've met so many genuinely kind people. Or even yesterday, my car failed when I was at school. I was parking my car, my whole car just shut off and wouldn't move, wouldn't go into neutral, wouldn't do anything, wouldn't start. And everyone and it was really inconvenient because the way that my car stopped, it was blocking like a whole section of the commuter parking lot. And almost every single person who stopped, who I had to tell them they had to go the other way, wanted to see if they could help me. And that made me feel so good. I mean, I was still really upset because of the unfortunate circumstance. My car was stuck there for like, I'd have to say like an hour and a half. But everyone was so kind. And it just made me feel good to know that people do want to help and people are nice. It's just nice to know that other people are nice. A lot of you, I guess nobody really on YouTube necessarily know, I go to school for public relations and my minor is dance. By dance, I mean like you take classes like ballet, modern, dance history, choreography. It's cool, but for the most part, PR is 90% of what I'm doing. Since it's like my last semester, I only have one dance class and it's choreography, and it's been pretty cool too. I do have this one friend that I met at school in my dance program who, even though our personalities are not exactly the same, like the way we act, I mean, we are pretty similar, I have never met someone that I've related to so much. And her name is Alexis, and she's probably going to watch this at some point, so hey Alexis. I just think it's really cool. I was literally having like an emotional crisis a couple weeks ago because Kyrie, my boyfriend, had me take the 16 personalities thing. And I know if you've taken like psychology classes in high school, you've taken like a personality test where it tells you what kind of a person you are, you know, like the letters where you can be ENFJ or something like that, right? So mine's an INFJ, and mine is the most rare personality type, meaning less than 1% of the world shares my personality type. And our biggest weakness is that we're so emotional and we're so invested in other people, and that nobody else really like gets that. Alexis is an INFJ. I literally was like breaking down like, I'm never gonna have any friends who care about me the way that I care about them. I'm never gonna meet anyone like me. Blah, 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 blah. There's only so many people like me. No one's ever going to care about the things that I say or the things that I like or blah, blah, any of that. Like, I was so emotionally distraught about the idea that no one was gonna care or think the same way that I think. And I've been friends with her, I think for 2 years now, and it like didn't even cross my mind that we literally think the same way about most everything. Until I asked her, I was like, hey, you know that 16 personalities thing, do you know what your personality type is? You should take it. And she said, I think mine's the most, and she responded the same way I did. She's like, I'm pretty sure mine's the most rare one in the world. And I was just like, me too. And it was fun. And I'm so appreciative for her to be my friend, and that I was able to spend the second half of my college experience with her in a lot of my classes and hanging out with her all the time. And what was even cooler about it is even a lot of our interests were similar. We both watch K-dramas. We both like photography and videography. We both like makeups. We both like dance, but she's way better at dance than I am. Because usually I just don't really have time to do all the dance stuff that I want to do because the rest of my life gets in the way. I would still be a dual major with PR and dance, but everything got backed up when I had to transfer out my second year and then transfer back in my junior year. So I was at the school I'm going to now from my freshman year. I left my sophomore year because I had an injury and there was no point in paying so much extra money to continue to take only prerequisite classes and not even be able to be in a dance program. So since I had a torn hamstring, I went back home and I went to a community college for that year and then transferred back for my junior year and senior year. So I kind of wish I didn't do that and that I just waited for my hamstring to heel and just stayed and sat in on the dance classes and had to take notes and write papers instead of just like leaving and trying to take the easy way out. Because then I feel like I would have had so much more fun. Because it took about 8 or 9 weeks for my hamstring to heal once the semester was actually over, because I was walking on it constantly. So throughout the whole semester my hamstring didn't heal, so it took another 8 or so weeks for it to heal after that. So if I had just like waited and let it rock, I would have only missed out on a semester of dancing instead of what I now did. Ended up missing out on 2 years of dancing because I tore my hamstring my first semester of my first year, and I didn't dance the whole time after that and just took regular classes, which I shouldn't have done. So yeah, if I could go back and do it over, I would have danced more. But I'm still happy that it ended up the way that it did, because even though I'm an upperclassman, I was placed with the underclassmen when I actually was able to come back and dance, because they were taking dance classes I would have already taken. And ironically enough, that's where I met Alexis. But yeah, I'm very happy about where my life has been leading me lately and how everything's just been pretty good. I can't really complain about how anything is going. Another cool thing that's going on is my hair is growing. I'm so excited. I was just talking to someone on Snapchat last night about how my hair goal for right now, because I've already surpassed the ones that I set last year, is for my hair to touch my shoulders when it's curly. And it's only like, my hair when it's stretched is collarbone length, so I'm thinking when I hit like armpit length that my hair is probably going to be, it's about 2 inches from my shoulder right now, so probably like an inch from my shoulder, and I'm so excited. For anyone who's new, I've only been natural for, this is going on my 3rd year now, but when I say I've been natural, I mean like I started over from being like bald. If I can find a picture, I'll insert it, because I feel like I erased that whole like year of having short hair from my life and from my memory, so all those pictures seem as though they're nowhere to be found. When I tell you, my big chop was a fade, my guy. Like, I had like an inch of hair when I cut my hair off, because when I initially went in to get my hair cut the first time, because I did want short hair, the hairdresser put a relaxer in my hair without my permission and said, oh, I don't do natural hair. And I was devastated, because I was by myself at the salon and I was only 18, and I was just like, I didn't ask you for a relaxer, and I was so mortified. Like, I had been growing my hair out for like 5 or 6 months, so I had at least like 3 inches of hair, and I wasn't going to get all of my hair cut off. I was going to get this like asymmetrical almost bob thing, like it's between a bob and a pixie, and that's what I was going for. And she just, woo, she cut my hair off, and I felt a woo. I was so upset. But yeah, I loathed having short hair, even though everybody else is like, oh, but your short hair looks so good, it suited you. I hated it. I felt like I had to wear more makeup. I felt like, oh my god, I didn't ask for this and I have to deal with this. It was a moment. I was having a moment for like a whole year and a half of my life. But during my 2nd year of being natural is when I really started to like see the most growth in my hair. Now that I'm going into my 3rd, in May is when it'll be my 3rd year being natural. Now that I'm going into my 3rd year being natural, my hair feels like it's growing every time. Every time I go for a wash and go, which is like once a month, I feel like my hair grew like 5 million inches. Because my goal my ultimate goal, and I feel like this is almost everyone's length goal who still has short hair and is natural, is I want to be tailbone length by like year 6. I think that's doable. My only reason I say I think is because I am the kind of person who, once they kind of start seeing growth, they get scissor happy. I have this other goal of I want my hair to all be one length. I just keep cutting the back until the front is long enough, and my mom gave me like a really good point when I told her that's what I was doing. And she's like, why don't you just let it grow out, and then when it gets really long, cut it all to one length. And I was like, you're right. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just realized that I haven't really said any products that I'm using that I've used so far, but in my everyday makeup video that I uploaded before this one, it's all the same products because I'm pretty much doing my everyday look. Another thing I get asked a lot about is my relationship, and Kyrie and I have been together, it'll be 5 years this year on the 4th of July. 5 years seems like such a long time, but it's true. I have spent the last 5 years of my life just being best friends and boyfriend and girlfriend. I think that's why it seems like it hasn't been a long time at the same time, is because it's basically like just spending time with your best friend the whole time. I'm pretty sure, as sure as I could be, that he's who I want to be with, and that's it. Like, you know, when you're in a new relationship and you kind of have that worry, like, oh, what if it doesn't work out? What if XYZ happens? What if blah blah blah? And that's kind of how I knew I wanted to be with him, is because even though we were in a long distance relationship, I never had those fears. I never had the, oh, well, I don't want to move too fast, I don't want to say I love you, I don't want to XYZ just in case this doesn't work out. Like, just in case this doesn't work out never came up like as a thought in my head. Like, it wasn't a problem. Even though I saw him maybe twice a month, we still did best friend things. We watched videos together, we would watch movies together, and I think the common misconception people had about our relationship is that we were an online/Tumblr relationship or whatever. I mean, Tumblr is the reason we knew each other, but it wasn't how we met each other. Tumblr is the reason why we had the same friends, but it wasn't how we met. We actually met in person. I was coming to New York City with my best friend, with my mom, and we were at a McDonald's and everybody was doing like a Tumblr meetup or whatever, but that's not really what I wanted to go to New York City for. I just wanted to go to New York City. And so yeah, my mom's with us, we're chilling, we go to McDonald's, and everybody says, oh, we're gonna meet at such and such McDonald's. And yeah, Sophia just started introducing me to all her friends from the internet that I didn't know who they were. And yeah, when we got to this one group of people who had just walked in, she goes, Tyler, this is everyone, this is Tyler. And I peeped him. And jokingly, later on that day, I was like, you know, he's gonna be my next boyfriend. Ironically enough, Kyrie did end up being my next boyfriend like months and months later. Like, I didn't know his name, I didn't know his @name, I didn't know nothing about him. Like, I just knew what he looked like. And this was, yeah, 5 years ago last week. And a couple months later, we find each other and we follow each other. And we just, as friends, like, reblogging each other's pictures, messaging each other, like, it was cool. And then he messaged me and was like, I need your number. Like, I need it. I'm gonna call you. I need it. So I gave it to him, and then like 10 minutes later, he calls me, and the first time we talked on the phone, was literally for like 4 hours. And he was just going to the store and buying like water, and we were talking about nothing. We became best friends, like very best friends, talked every day kind of best friends, vented about your life kind of best friends, late night phone calls kind of best friends. And then one day it really just hit me, like a few months later, like after being friends with him and like sharing everything with each other, again as friends, like not even flirting, I had to tell him. I was like, yo, I think I like you. And he was like, good, I like you too, but I didn't want to tell you because I remember you said that you hated when guys are too forward or seem like they have ulterior motives. And I was like, you a smart one. I'm kind of glad that every stage of our lives have been so well documented because of Tumblr and that whole we wanted to share everything with everybody thing. Like we have videos, we have photos, we have so many visual things to remind us of how we felt and where we were and the things that we've done. Like, it's so amazing. Because even when we were long distance, like Tumblr, because of the microblogging platform, we were able to share so many things with each other, like send each other things, say, oh, this reminded me of you, so let me inbox you the link, let me da-da-da-da, or let me just tag you. We had a whole like secret tag section on our blogs that I'm pretty sure all of you saw. But we would tag each other's names, and so that the other could see it later whenever they got around to checking their Tumblr, and it was cute. And I'm so glad that we had together. I mean, now we live together, so I see him every day, but that's still my best friend. My makeup looks so boring, but I don't even know what else I could possibly do to make it less boring. Okay, let's see what I can do. Putting the use on my lower lash line. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done with this get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed sitting and talking with me about nothing while I get ready for school. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Again, on the side there's going to be all of my social media handles. So I'm going to head out now. See you later.